I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I'm Groot.
No!
I am Groot.
That's a really bad sign.
Hello, America. How are you? Welcome to the Joel Michalec Show. I am none other than Joel Michalec. Thanks for stopping by and listening live, or stopping by and downloading the podcast if that's what you did. So in either case, I'm happy you're here. To come and interact with us online, you can visit the website for the WQYB Radio Network at QYBRadioNetwork.com. If you want to chat with me during the live shows, sign up at Spreaker.com and log on during the show. The link for Spreaker broadcast page is available on the website and the Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook, you can find me there as well at JM Talk. So that's the various ways to get a hold of me here at the show, me, us, whoever. Tonight I actually have a guest at the desk. I just made that up. I'm going to write that down. Guest at the desk. I am very honored to have this particular guest at the desk tonight on the show, because this is a veteran broadcaster.
I am.
Who has, at one time on the QYB Radio Network, was co-host and co-creator of the number one show on the network. That's right, surpassing my show at the time, which boggles my mind, but hey. So from the caverns of Chick Chat, please welcome the absolutely lovely Sharon.
Hi.
Hi, and welcome back to radio.
I missed it.
I knew you did.
I really did. I really did.
Well, it's no lie. You guys
I
were
sound like I'm trying to convince you or myself. I don't know which.
I don't think either one of us needed convincing. But it is true. You guys did, at that time, the short time that you had that run, got more downloads and more listeners live than behind the mic at the time, which was my old show.
I know. I was very proud of that.
So was I, you know. By the way, the reason I say that you can log in and join me for chat when we're live is this is a taped show. Full disclosure, this is being taped, and that is because, as you know, my Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl. So,
but I have to tell you, although I am a Dallas fan.
That's right.
Okay. Lifelong Dallas fan, I am rooting for the Eagles. I have to, because I can't stand, and neither can half the country, stand, the Patriots and Tom Brady.
I think it's more than half the country.
I'm sure it is.
But, I look at it as you have to represent, right? You have to represent the NFC. That's my take on it. Like, after everything's over and there's nothing left but the Super Bowl.
Right.
And as you know, we watch the Super Bowl every year. It doesn't matter who's in it. And then
right.
we usually root for the NFC. So.
Or the underdog.
And I was just talking to someone the other day, and they were asking if we were going to a party. I said, no, we're actually having our own little party. And I said, we watch the Super Bowl every year, but only one other than 2005 when the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, the only other time in recent memory I can remember that we actually threw like a party, like cooked the food and were really grooving for a team, was when the New York Giants played and beat the New England Patriots.
Right.
I forget exactly what year that was, but that is we did have people over. We cooked food.
Right.
Celebrated.
Had a blast.
And we really loved in the final moments when the Giants won that game. So typically I think a lot of people root for the NFC, and I just think there is such a hatred for the Patriots. I mean, I know they have a good coach. I know they have a good quarterback.
They cheat, though.
There's that. And
they pay off the refs.
Well, there's always two sides to every argument.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I have to kind of look at it from both ways. Guests on my show can look at it any way they want, but I have to try to. But I think in this case, I think a lot of people are probably angry that the Patriots are there yet again. And they have this, they're the greatest dynasty in the NFL, and I think a lot of people would like to see that end. Me being one of them, I'm surely, as a lifelong fan of the Eagles, would be ecstatic if the Eagles knocked them off their dynasty. And I feel like this is going to be the year where they not only knock them off, but also start their dynasty. You know, they have some really good players signed for another couple of years. So
right.
This could be the beginning of a run. So
it could be.
It could be. It could be. You know, I actually don't have an accurate time on the show. Do you know how late it was that I started? Let's say a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if it's plus or minus, whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So that's what we're doing, and that's why you may probably be downloading us, because you're probably watching the big game. And you'll hear me on Monday morning or Sunday night, or you get frustrated halfway through the game, you know where to find us. So that's how you do that. Later on tonight, we're going to talk a little entertainment. I want to update everybody on Counterpart. I have an update about that. Talked about that last week. Also, later on in the show, we're going to spend a few minutes, because we don't know a whole lot, but Sharon will talk, and I'll talk with her, obviously, about her big show that she sucked me into, like 3 years ago, three seasons ago?
Yeah, about 3 seasons ago.
So we're going to talk about that. So a little entertainment closer to the end of the show. Coming up later on. But before we get through to all that, a couple of things that sifting through, just putting some things together for us to talk about. And I thought it'd be great to have my co-writer along to help discuss some of this stuff. And basically, most if not all of this came from the news of the stupid. Which
Ooh.
is, yeah. So,
I love news of this stupid.
Well, here's the first one. This is from United Kingdom, and it's about McDonald's. And not that we frequent McDonald's. In fact, we don't go to McDonald's anymore. Yeah, we have stopped doing that. But in the United Kingdom, McDonald's does not offer packets of mayonnaise in its restaurants.
What?
Yes, exactly. And
Why?
Fans of the mayonnaise condiment have taken to social media to complain. And you know what that does. I mean, complaining on social media, saying anything on social media usually
does absolutely nothing.
No, it does a lot of things. It does a lot of things.
What does it do?
It at least gets you a response. I mean, Royal Farms.
Well, yeah, but
I went on social. I took to social media after having a bad experience at Royal Farms for the second time in a row, and I went to social media, and of course I tagged Royal Farms, with the @ symbol in my tweet. I went to Twitter, and within like 10 minutes, I had a direct message response on Twitter from Royal Farms, and they wanted me to call in so they can,
address your issue.
Help me through the situation. But, I'm the kind of person that if I don't usually complain once. This happened with Taco Bell the other day.
Yeah.
I'll blow a second time. Now I'm writing a letter or doing something. And also, if I've reached that point in our relationship, restaurant and
customer,
hungry man, then if we've reached that clavicle in a relationship, I don't want coupons. I'll come back when I feel like coming back. I don't want you to draw me in. Right. I don't want you drawing me in.
Exactly.
So they took to social media. Here's the blurb of the story. So customers in the UK want more mayonnaise. Irate condiment lovers have taken to social media and have launched a petition urging the chain to offer mayonnaise packets in its restaurants. This is reported by Cosmopolitan. In a statement...
I can't fathom why they do not offer mayonnaise in the UK. The McDonald's.
I'm getting to that. I mean,
okay.
Patience is a virtue.
Well, I don't have any.
In a statement to the press, McDonald's said that it does not offer the condiment in separate packets in its restaurants in the UK because the demand just isn't there. But I think if you have a bunch of people complaining because they want to dip their fries in it. Now, when we go to other favorite restaurants of ours, like Burger King, whatever, we like to mix ketchup and mayonnaise, and we dip our fries in it.
Right.
And so that they're saying the demand's not there. Here's a quote: "What we offer in our restaurants is based on customer demand. We don't currently have any plans for mayonnaise to be made available." And this is according to a spokesperson at McDonald's.
Now, is it because mayonnaise is not used in the UK?
No, because it is still available on their McChicken sandwich, and it's still available on...
As a dressing
sandwich.
on their sandwich.
Yes, as a dressing.
They just don't offer it in the
individual packets, right.
So you can have it on your sandwich, but you can't have it on your fries.
Right, and here's something that the story doesn't cover. I wonder if you went up to the counter in a McDonald's in the United Kingdom and you said, "Can I get a cup of mayonnaise?" Because when we worked in fast food many, many decades and moons ago, we had people that would say that. Sure, we offered packets, but they'd rather just have it.
Sometimes, they prefer a squirt in a cup.
It doesn't mention whether. It doesn't mention whether or not they would do that if they would offer that. So, but people have taken to social media and they're hoping that the petition and the rage on social media forces McDonald's to offer the condiment in a packet.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, mayonnaise is a key to life.
Well, to some people. But like if I just got all comfy and everything. If I am at a fast food restaurant, which we don't usually go to.
No, we usually
usually don't visit fast food restaurants. But if we do, and I want to break out a mayonnaise packet so I can mix some ketchup with it and dip my fries in it, then that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I dip the fries.
I know not to do it in the UK now.
Next time we're in there, when we stop by, we'll know.
Yeah, right.
I dip my fries, my chicken nuggets, my sandwich.
Ew.
Yeah, you know that.
I know, but sometimes some things you do is so gross.
You got to sweep it up, man. Sweep it up. So in the United Kingdom, you are not getting mayonnaise packs.
Wow.
I wonder if you can bring your own mayonnaise.
If it's that important to you.
I think, yeah. I mean, I didn't see numbers I didn't see the petition, and I don't know what kind of outrage on social media other than what the Cosmopolitan article mentions. But I wonder, we could, because we're sitting here trying to solve everybody's problems,
right?
For all the wombats in the world, you can get mayonnaise in almost any size jar. They have jars that are like this big,
right?
And then they have the squeezies that are like this big. You can put a squeezy in your purse or your pocket.
If it's that important to you.
I mean, it might be odd if you. If you
if I'm in the UK, I'm not visiting a McDonald's.
You say that.
I want to visit their.
You say that.
Right.
However, when we were on Martinique, which is a French island, we went to that McDonald's. I know it's because we were thirsty, but you went to McDonald's. That's what you chose.
McDonald's because that was the only place around that had a soda.
I'm just saying.
None of the other stores had sodas.
All I'm saying is it's sort of...
We didn't go there to eat food.
It sort of invalidates your argument.
Not really.
Because if you go to the UK, there's a good chance you might stop by a McDonald's. It just won't be for
a soda.
It just won't be for a pack of mayonnaise, that's for sure.
Right?
All right. So, what other condiments... It got me thinking, what other condiments would be... What other condiments would you pull? That's even a dumb question because even reading this story, I think to myself, why would I pull mayonnaise packets? So even if the demand wasn't great, it's such a stupid idea.
Yeah.
So really, I can't go any further with this discussion, which really sucks. Which really sucks.
Oh, well. Next.
All right. Researchers say that Facebook may be making you unhappy and unhealthy. No, really?
What?
Speaking of social media.
Really?
Researchers find that more people use Facebook, the less healthy they are and the less satisfaction they feel in their lives.
Wow.
The more times a user liked other posts, clicked on their profiles, or updated his or her own status, the higher the likelihood of mental health problems. Now, this is the second time. This is the second time I've heard this because.
Oh my God!
Think about it, and this goes back to.
That's too funny.
This goes back to the old age scenario that I put out that said that this whole social media experiment does really no good for our social skills.
No.
I mean, people will.
There is so much drama on social media. There's more. I'd be willing to say there's more drama on social media than there is anywhere else in our lives.
That's definitely like the high point. But also think about it, because we're guilty of this. We'll send a message either to like our kids down the street or even a neighbor across the street about something, even if it's like, did you hear that? Was that fireworks? You think it was a gun?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So instead of going out and asking them, but
that's not sending them a text message is not the same thing as social media.
Sure, it is.
No, it's not. How can
what if
you
send
sit there
if you send
and
the text
say,
on Facebook? If you send the text on Facebook, then it is social media.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about sending a text on Facebook.
I was
You're talking about messaging them through the Messenger app.
Right.
Okay,
which is the Facebook Messenger.
Right, okay, and that's the only way some people can communicate, which is fine, okay, but I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to the Facebook, everybody going on Facebook and turning around and putting their whole lives out there for everyone to see.
Right.
I can't stand that. I really, I don't know why it bugs me so much that people put all their problems on Facebook.
Well, I put all kinds of cool things for you on Facebook, and it takes you weeks to see them. And I understand it now because I read this report now. And I understand you don't want mental health problems.
I have enough of my own. I don't need more.
I get it now. I absolutely get it now. So, yeah, but there was a similar research done a couple years ago that said the same thing, and it said the more time you spend on Facebook, then the more likely you become introverted. True.
It is true.
You develop mental health problems because you become completely dependent upon this machine.
Yeah.
This thing called the internet. Just like you look at the kids nowadays, they're dependent upon the phone with all the social media, the games, the game systems, computers, television.
Now you're talking technology, not.
I am. I'm branching out a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. All of that, causes mental disorders. And then what happens is then you start eating Tide Pods. So,
well, I mean, if I ever get to the point where I start eating Tide Pods, baby, please put me in an institution.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take 60 seconds to breathe. And damn it, I forgot to bring something to drink. And when we come back, even though we talked about it extensively last week, the Tide Pods, we got to talk about it again. So that's coming up in 60 seconds from now.
So I use my computer every day. I'm not even sure how I get along without it. But I wasn't prepared for a virus. A Trojan, they called it. One night I'm cruising along, and the next night I can't do anything. I was afraid it was going to cost me a fortune. Boy, was I surprised. They had me back up and running the same day I called them. I really like PC Tech Rescue, and you know what? My wallet likes them too.
Are you troubled by computer problems? PC Tech Rescue should be your very next call. Whether the problem is viruses, hardware, software, or any other issue, they can diagnose your problem and have you back up and running fast. With more than 25 years of industry experience, you can be sure you are getting dependable and affordable service. Call today, 484-429-6061, or email us at pctechrescue@gmail.com.
Welcome back. It's the Joel Michalec Show. I'm Joel Michalec, here with the lovely Sharon, and coming to you, well, not live this week, so there goes that. Coming to you on tape, Memorex. To come and interact with us online, you can visit the website for the QIB network at QIBradionetwork.com. If you want to chat with me during live shows, sign up at Spreaker.com. Get yourself an account, log on during the show, and the chat room shall be open. The link for the Spreaker broadcast page is available on the website and my Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook, get me there as well, JM Talk. At JM Talk, but either way, it works. You know how it works. You know how social media works. So,
speaking of social media.
Exactly. See how we just circle around and do these things.
Right.
Okay. Tide Pods. I spent a good chunk last week of the show talking about the idiots that are eating Tide Pods.
I just don't understand it.
Well, then you're really not going to understand this then. Because there's a new low. A new low has been struck in the asinine Tide Pod challenge. Apparently, a popular vape trickster smoked the poisonous, vicious liquid through an electronic vaping device.
What?
Yes. And subsequently, he uploaded the video of it to social media.
Like, what does that do?
Well,
I don't understand what the fascination is.
I don't either.
For ingesting a Tide Pod.
Not only that, but it doesn't help parenting any, even though somewhere parenting went wrong. But understand this. If they're going to do that for fun, you can no longer say, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. Because they're just going to be like, ah.
Right? Oh.
Anyway, the video, which has since been taken down, because, we also talked last week about how YouTube wanted to strive to be better at taking these videos down as soon as they can see them, because they don't want to help promote it at all. It was originally uploaded by vape trickster Kevin Trinidad and posted to the popular Instagram page Vape Tricks, and which boasts a staggering 667,000 visitors.
Oh my God.
Followers. I have like 3 right now.
Well, you should vape some Tide Pods and maybe you get more.
Vape something. While Trinidad appears to be in good health following the incident, he appears to also have received a lot of attention and backlash, to which he responded with an apology on his own Instagram, and you're going to love this. His account is Tard Ass Kitty Tit.
What?
Tard Ass Kitty Tit.
Oh my God.
It's right there. Black and white for you to see. That's his Instagram.
Oh, so that just tells you the mental capacity of this fella.
Tard.
Wow.
So, I don't know how old he is, but it doesn't matter, because I talked about how kids
He's
are doing
probably 12, according to his,
you don't think
username.
You don't think a young adult came up with that?
No. It had to have been a 12, maybe 11, 12 years old.
Wow. So, but we talked about how it's kids, it's teenagers, it's college kids, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I didn't look it up. I'm not going to go to an account called Tard Ass Kitty Tit and find out how old he is, but
wow,
again, it goes to what are you doing? Here we are, where, as I said, this is good. This is going to be the running theme on every show. Every show, I'm going to be presenting these jackasses who would do these things,
right?
And it'll keep coming back to the same thing. A, what is wrong with you? 2, where did the parents go wrong?
The parents weren't there, apparently.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
or they were there but not there.
Yeah, maybe the parents were doing it with them. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know.
But the future of being able to wash your child's mouth out with soap for saying bad things is gone. And,
Yeah,
what
I'd
next?
say.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Right?
So, and moving on, I hope I prepared enough for this. You got to do a lot of talking.
I have to do a lot of talking.
Because I don't know if I prepared enough for this. You're going through my stuff too fast. Anyway, in keeping with why do kids do this, and in keeping with idiocy, a Memphis teen was shot in the head during a viral internet game.
What?
Yes. So, Memphis, Tennessee, a dangerous viral game has turned deadly as a participant accidentally shot and killed their opponent in Memphis, Tennessee. The viral game, known as the No Lackin' Challenge, another challenge,
Oh, my God.
involved two people who were instructed to film themselves pulling guns on each other without pulling the trigger. Police said Sherman Lackland, age 21, forgot the rules and pulled the trigger, fatally shooting the other participant.
Oh, my God.
The 17-year-old victim was shot in the head while seated in a Memphis cafe early last Thursday morning. Lackland has been charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and unlawful possession of a weapon. Now, here's the thing.
Why not
Exactly.
at least manslaughter?
That's kind of where I was headed, and as usual, we're completely in sync. My first thought when I read this story was, no murder or manslaughter? I mean,
Right? He fatally shot him in the head
Yeah.
because he forgot not to pull the trigger.
Well, let me ask you this. Why is it, if it's just a game,
What?
if it's just a game, and I'm not by any means validating this as a game, but why would you have bullets in the gun?
Right? There's another point.
Common sense. Just common sense. But I'm interested, and if you're a lawyer and you're listening, I'm interested in what he's. First of all, Lackland is 21,
So
3 years beyond
an adult.
adulthood.
Right.
What does he get if he's actually charged with all this? I mean, does because none of it
A
just
slap
sounds.
on the wrist. Don't you dare do that again.
Do that again.
I slapped him on the wrist.
Aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and unlawful possession of a weapon. Like the unlawful possession sounds like maybe 5 years. The other ones
No.
don't sound like much. Like
No, I know.
you took a life. That 17-year-old teenager is gone. He won't grow up. Of course, I don't know if playing a game like this seriously shortens your lifespan. I again, here we are. Here we are again, another
I don't
game.
understand what these challenges.
I mentioned
And-
like 5 of them last week.
I know, but my granddaughter is watching these challenges.
Yeah. You
And
ain't got
she's
nothing.
11 years old.
Yeah, definitely. And a
What?
and a YouTuber.
And
So,
a YouTuber. I am scared to death for my grandchildren.
It's a different world.
It is.
That's where
It's a scary world out there.
that's where we can be thankful that we're good grandparents. We can be thankful
Yeah.
that we raised great kids.
Yeah, we did.
And
Absolutely.
so we can take some comfort in the fact that
But
our daughter does a hell of a job raising her children, but then
She
you have
does.
that element of the peer thing,
yes.
the peer pressure. That's the problem.
And that's the whole thing about these challenges. It's peer pressure,
yeah.
you know? And you thought when we went to school there was peer pressure about smoking or drinking or, that was, or maybe smoking a little weed, but nothing like this.
Yeah, it's out of
This
control.
is outrageous.
And you wonder
Out of control.
and you have to wonder how do you stop it? Because this is now, like I mentioned, 5, maybe 6 challenges last week. So now this becomes number 7. This becomes this like at least the 7th challenge in 2 weeks. I'm talking about on the show, and will I just continue to be adding them? I don't know. I mean, what's what's next?
Yeah, I'm baffled. I really am. I don't know. I'm actually physically afraid for our future because these people that are these children that are doing these things,
I know where you're going,
are our future leaders.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
And this takes us back also to the social media thing because they do these challenges and they post them on YouTube and Twitch. So here you go again. You're back to the social media thing, being involved in some capacity for the degradation of social skills.
Yeah.
Teenagers are supposed to be outside running around
literally
playing.
Blame social media for the degradation of our youth.
Yes.
Because they're doing it for the attention. They put it on Facebook to get a reaction.
I agree.
And that's it in a nutshell. I mean...
X gets the square.
Yay!
So yeah, that's a really tumultuous story. It really is.
That's absolutely horrible.
I wonder if that went out over the microphone. I guess just in case there's an issue, I should also introduce the most famous schnauzer on the internet. Molly is in here.
Yes.
Quietly, what an angel. She's laying down.
She's being such a good girl.
She is, but if something gets her goat and she starts barking, she will make it onto the show, and the show will go to the dogs. But so
right now she's sleeping and snoring and chasing other doggies.
So it's wintertime.
Yes.
We're freezing to death right now.
Yes.
Of course, they're freezing more in Minnesota right now, but
yes. But we have our fire going,
and it's a good time to think about summer.
Yes.
So,
and I've noticed we've been the longer we're into winter, the more we're dreaming about summer.
Right. And you
and I have had discussions about, what we're going to do this summer.
And that conversation started 5 minutes after winter started.
Yeah, I know, right?
It doesn't take long for those conversations.
Can't wait till April.
So I found this list, and it's an interesting list. But what's really interesting is the first 2 entries. This is the top 10 cheapest places in the United States to buy a beach home.
Really?
So what's really surprising is the 2 cheapest places. Let me run through the list.
Okay.
And this is from least expensive to most expensive.
Okay.
Atlantic City, New Jersey, $117,500 on average. Keansburg, New Jersey, $125,000. Gulfport, Missouri, $154,000. Deerfield Beach, Florida, $157,900. LaPorte, Texas, $193,600. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, $199,000. Port Lavaca, Texas, $199,700. Daytona Beach, Florida, $199,900. Ocean Shores, Washington, $232,000. North Bend, Oregon, $239,000. What really interests me about Atlantic City and Keansburg, both being in New Jersey, being the 2 cheapest places on this top 10, is you and I know from living in the state of New Jersey that's not the cheapest state to live in. So it made me think: is
the
real
homes
estate?
The real estate is so cheap because the taxes are astronomical in New Jersey. So they have to sell the houses cheap, so that people will buy them. They will buy into the tax system.
But I think it's important.
See?
I think it's important
I'm
for people to know.
Smart.
I know you are. It's important. It's important for people to realize that they should do research on stuff like that. And in case you're thinking about buying a summer home in New Jersey, do your research because Sharon's absolutely right. You're going to pay less for your mortgage, for your base mortgage, But then it's the taxes. The taxes absolutely killed us in that state. In
Yeah.
fact, the taxes chased us out of that state.
Absolutely.
So you have to do your research. There's usually a reason. And it might be the same in some of these other locations. I mean, because when I think of like Florida, well, now Florida has a lower cost of living, but Gulfport, Missouri, what's that like on the Gulf of Mexico, I guess?
Missouri, babe. You just had a Renee moment.
I did just have a Renee moment.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So anyway, but Myrtle Beach, I mean, is it the same thing there? Because we've been to Myrtle Beach and it is absolutely beautiful.
It is
I would
beautiful
not.
down
I would
there.
not think that houses go as cheap as $199,000 at the beach. Not when I was standing.
Yeah, but
in
those
$1 million home.
$199,000 homes are, 3 miles away from the beach, and you're not going to get a home that inexpensive right on the beach. If you think about it.
Yeah, maybe not miles, maybe blocks. Oh, let's see what this says here. A median home person. Yeah, it doesn't say if there's like a median how far they are from the beach.
Right.
It does not say that. But I don't know.
Huh.
Oregon, $239,000. I mean, who wants to live in Oregon at a beach house?
I was just going to say, when I'm thinking of buying a beach house, going to Oregon is not on the top of my list.
When I think of Oregon, I'm thinking of Forks. Or no, that was Washington.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I think I do.
He's talking about Twilight.
I do need a drink.
Oh my goodness, you do.
Wow. So there you have it. Top 10 cheapest places to buy a beach house. I guess here in Delaware, beach houses must be.
No, down.
They got to be more than $239,000. Delaware didn't make the list at all.
I know. Well.
And there are some nice houses down there.
I know there are.
The next time we're down in the beach area, we should find out what some it's not a lot of them are condos. They're not even houses; they're condos, and see what some of those babies go for.
Right.
But when I look at this list and think, I sent you pictures the other day. I was standing in a $1 million house, model home,
right,
and that is not at the beach.
And I asked when we're moving in.
In fact, it's like 2 hours from the closest beach, I think.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're going to the beach on a pond, then maybe. But be smart, because there are reasons, and we can tell you because we spent 9 years in Jersey.
Yeah.
We can tell you firsthand there is a reason that those houses are that cheap. And Keensburg? You want to buy a vacation home in Keensburg?
I don't think I've ever heard of Keensburg.
We used to have pro wrestling events in Keensburg.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah, I don't look at that as being a beach town. Maybe it's close to a beach, but I don't see it being a beach town. I mean, if that's a beach town, so is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
There you have it.
There you have it.
So let's see. So I guess when we come back, we're going to talk entertainment. I do want to talk to you about Counterpart and what happened there that brings this update, because we talked about that last week. And then Sharon and I are going to talk about another show, and then maybe some other entertainment stuff. And we'd love to find out what you guys are watching of all the shows out there in the sea of shows and shows. I mean, what are you watching out there? Because it's hard to make those decisions. But we are going to take like a quick 1 minute, and then we'll come back and we're going to move into entertainment right after this.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Broadcasting from a crummy little studio in Baltimore, Maryland. This is Reality One Radio.
You see why we need your donations?
Hey, we're back. It's the Joe Michalec Show. Sharon sitting in with me.
Yay!
Yay, yay, yay. Come and interact on the web with me. You can visit the website at QIBRadioNetwork.com. Facebook at JM Talk. The show is being recorded, so pick up the podcast, put it on a flash drive, and give it to your enemies.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, that's how you get a hold of us. Also, sign up for Spreaker.com. Get yourself a free account. So on live nights, you can chat
Call
with me.
in.
No, we don't do call in yet.
Oh, no.
I might do
no
call in at some point, but who knows?
Yeah.
Not quite yet.
All right.
So last week I shared with you about Counterpart. You and I, not you and I, but they and I.
Oh,
They
okay.
and I.
I was going to say, because I wasn't here.
But we had a conversation. Of course, it was very one way because I did all the talking. But about all the different shows on TV. Back in the day, there were 3 channels. 3 channels to get your shows from, remember? Well, you had 3 network channels. Then you had, how many on UHF? You had 17, 29, 48.
Right.
So, and the great shows. But now you have 62 million channels. And then you have all these streaming services also that started doing original programming. They're coming out with series.
I know, yeah.
And you have web series.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all these choices, hard to come about. So I was talking about Counterpart, and I said the same thing that you and I talked about, how they rammed it down our throats leading up to it.
Oh, I know.
So badly on any channel owned by Stars.
Right. And the intros and the commercials looked fabulous.
Yeah, and it's not terrible. But I really haven't changed my tune from last week. Last week I was telling the audience that it didn't feel like a first episode of a show that you wanted to knock people off their feet with. And I enjoy the premise of what's going on with the show. I think the idea is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they really dove into it a whole lot in the first episode.
Yeah,
Next to no action.
Maybe the first episode was just a teaser episode to draw you in.
Second one wasn't much better.
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, it was, the second episode was sort of equally as dull. I fell asleep like in the last 10 or 15 minutes of it.
Oh, no.
And it wasn't for being tired because I would have gone back and watched it again.
Right.
And I haven't. So I expected some hype, some action, given the premise of the show, but there wasn't any. So I did say I would give it like 3 episodes. So you know what will happen now is they're going to hook me now on the 3rd episode. But so I will give it.
Right.
I will give it due diligence, and I'll give it 3 episodes. But and so, other than that, we don't watch a whole lot of the series that we have every movie channel, which means we also have all these original series, and of course we also have Amazon, we have Hulu, we have Netflix.
Right.
And we're really not watching anything on that. I did mention we have the CBS app, and I am watching, although I'm all but the first 2 episodes behind on Star Trek Discovery. But every year, there is one show that you watch, and now for the last 3 seasons,
I've
been
actually
watching.
gotten my entire family watching
That is
it,
true. We used to have...
including my grandchildren.
So go ahead.
Yes.
And then
I
they
have.
gave you a gift because at the end of the last season, when you thought you'd have
Yes.
to wait 9 months,
There's a celebrity edition,
which
and
happens
that
a lot.
is Big Brother.
Yes, Big Brother.
Big Brother Celebrity starts this week coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. I'm excited. I heard
Wednesday.
the celebrity list. No one that I know.
Oh, you've seen the list.
No, well, I was discussing it with Renee, and she was telling me the different people that were going to be on the show.
I didn't even know that list was out
And
yet.
yeah, I didn't either. And she brought it up, and I was like, "Who's that?"
Well, we did talk. When
I
we first
knew
found
it
out.
wasn't going to be A-listers.
Right.
I knew that.
Right.
But at least I didn't think it was going to be Z-listers.
Well, maybe they're Z-listers you because you haven't heard of them.
Oh, no, that's entirely it, because I've never heard of them.
Are there any previous players?
No.
Wow.
No.
Well, can we get that?
But
during the NFC game, there was no list. They were still saying that the list was a big secret, and that was nearly 2 weeks ago.
Right. Well, the list is out. The list of guests is what we're talking about when we say the list. Yeah, so, but this season of Big Brother, it's not going to be a full season.
It's not?
No, it's not going to be the 120 days or 90 days. It's usually 90 some odd days. I think it's going to be 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure.
You can't play a game in 3 weeks.
I know. There's going to be 2 evictions a week. That I do know.
I'm actually looking.
The cast list right there.
Well, yeah, but
okay.
that might be from England. There's apparently a British one that
there is.
It's just finishing up. A celebrity Big Brother in the UK.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see. Okay, is it okay?
There's the list.
Okay. Adriana Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Brandy Lynn Glanville. Chuck Liddell. Oh, I know that name. James Maslow. Is that? Oh, there's more. I hit the arrow. Keisha Knight Pulliam.
Oh, I know. Keisha Knight Pulliam. She was a child actress in something.
Marissa Jarrett Winokur. Mark McGrath. Meta World Peace. Is that on his license? Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at Ross Matthews.
Amoroso. She was on.
Oh, she's the bread lady. Amoroso Rolls, right?
No.
She
was on.
Let's click it and see.
The one with the show that Trump did. What was that?
Oh, from The
Apprentice.
Yeah, The Apprentice. Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't say that.
Well,
Well,
at least
actually,
I thought that's who that was.
It doesn't actually say anything about them. It's not really a bio as much as it's what moment in your career you think prepared you for this. Nothing.
Wow. So
you heard it's 3 weeks?
That's what I heard. And I heard it's half of what the prize is, half of what the normal Big Brother is, which the normal is $500,000. So this is going to be $250,000. But I don't know if it goes to a charity of their choice or if they actually win it. If it's for them personally. You know what I mean? Usually a celebrity event like this,
usually
it goes to a charity. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, it says, if you look at it, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 10, and there's usually how many?
There's going to be 2 evictions a week.
Right, but I mean, how many?
Normally there's 16.
Well, if they're going to do 2 evictions, I don't know. Is this going to run
like
5 days a week? Is it going to do 5 days a week?
No, it's like 5. It's going to be, 5 weeks, 2 evictions a week. There's
how many
10
shows
people.
a week?
I don't know.
I'm suddenly not as excited.
Oh, I'm still very excited.
The fact that they're not A-list celebrities means nothing to me because we don't know any of the people that go on there anyway. So really not knowing any of the celebrities doesn't change it for me. But I don't know, the shortened schedule seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's what they did at the end of last season when they did the what was it that they did? Remember?
At the end of the last regular season?
Yeah, they did the regular season, then they did something in the fall.
Oh, that's right. It was on the web. The web only. Big Brother. Big Brother. I don't know what it was called. I forgot. You watched it, right?
I watched several episodes. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I watched one, and it didn't feel the same to me for some reason.
Right.
I don't know why.
It was,
again, and I never went back to it. But the one on TV, I really
this
enjoyed.
One will be different.
But now, when you 2 evictions a week, is that 2 different nights, or are they going to do double evictions every night, which is where one person's evicted from the play of the week, and then the other person's evicted in like an hour of play?
I don't know.
And this is telling us nothing. I'm on the official Big Brother site for Celebrity Big Brother, and it's telling you nothing.
No, it's a big secret.
You know what it says under the section about Celebrity Big Brother?
What?
It says contestants with 87 cameras and 100 microphones, 24 hours a day.
Right.
Wow, where have I heard that before?
Recording their every move 24 hours a day.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Each week, someone will be voted out of the house, with the last remaining house guest receiving a grand prize.
Okay, tell me something we don't already know.
I don't know.
So we are excited about that. That will become a routine thing, even if we have to DVR it.
Right.
And I don't know. Like, I know the Olympics. I think did they start? They start this week.
I don't follow that. So
you know, there's a couple of things in the Winter Games I like. So
I know, but I don't. Honestly, I don't follow the Olympics, so I don't know what years they're on. I don't know where they're playing. I don't know when they're playing. I know they're playing in the winter time because they're Winter Olympics, but that's all I know.
That's all you know?
That's all I know.
That's all she knows.
That's
So I know that they've either started. I don't think they've started, but I think they're going to start this week also.
Maybe.
And I know, like, curling is the one event I'm really interested in the Winter Games. I love curling.
Right.
And the problem is because they're always in some foreign country. I think they're in South Korea this time, I think. So you have to watch, and if you really want to see something, you may have to find out that you have to DVR it in the middle of the night because they're on the other side of the world playing them.
Right.
And so that really messes up the schedule a lot, actually. But you can go on Facebook at JM Talk and tell us what you're watching. Try to convince me to watch something.
Your show, whatever show you love, convince us we need to watch it.
Yeah, because I get that all the time at work.
Absolutely.
Why aren't you watching this? Why aren't you watching that? And a lot of it is time.
Yeah.
A lot of it is time. But then again, if I sit down and I watch the first episode and I'm not intrigued, I may not come back.
Right.
Because now you're establishing a schedule and a relationship with the show. I mean,
right. And then we forget that it's on, when it's on, what day it's on,
even if we DVR it. No. Even if we DVR it, like we DVR'd Outlander.
Right.
Okay? And we still
haven't caught up.
Have not gone back to finish what now. We're a season and a half behind, if not more. I've lost track. And that's on the DVR. That is still being recorded even with the reruns.
Yep.
So our DVR is filling up with the likes of Outlander. And we still haven't just said, let's sit down.
We need to watch it.
Yeah, but we'll have to go backwards a little bit just to bring ourselves back up to speed. That's the only thing. We're going to have to do that.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. If you're really into history and time travel, that's a really good show. A little hard to watch sometimes. They struck some really tough themes. But then again, it really speaks to
a good show will do that.
Yeah,
though.
It speaks to the brutality. Yeah, because you have shows like Counterpart, which I'm leery about continuing, and then you have stuff like I was introduced to one episode of 24 way back in the day.
Right.
And I watched 4 seasons of it in one summer to make sure I was ready for fall for like the next season.
Right.
That's a show that will get you going. What? Oh, that was a timer. I was like, what's going on?
Right.
Am I being electrocuted?
We're being invaded by aliens.
But now, in kind, 24 came back, and I watched 2 episodes, maybe 3.
Didn't you say that was stupid?
I just couldn't get. Now I know Jack Bauer wasn't back. And that didn't bother me as much as other people. I said, you know what? Okay, if you get a good lead,
right,
then it'll be all right.
Right.
But that just wasn't good. And same thing with what was the show? CSI. It's the original CSI, awesome. CSI Miami, great. CSI New York, awesome. Then they did CSI Cyber. And I watched 2 episodes of that and couldn't go back to it. The premise was great. You know, it was the FBI Cyber Crime Division. I was all into that because of my background. But the acting, and they had people who have won awards for acting.
Right.
And the acting was terrible. And that, for me, ruined that show. What do you think of that?
I try not to. It hurts.
Well. Well, before I close out, I should thank you very much for coming in and being my guest at the desk.
I like that.
Yeah. And
you're quite welcome.
You can be a guest at the desk all you want.
Okay. It was fun. It was fun being back on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I had a good time.
And now I'm putting.
And I hope you out there had a good time.
Yeah. Write us if you did. I got some really great compliments about the show. We're 3 episodes in now, and so I'm ecstatic at some of the feedback about it. And I have a big announcement coming up, hopefully in about another week or 2, about things going on here. So you'll want to be around for that. Of course, I'll blast it everywhere when the details come out. So that's going to be awesome. But it was really lovely being joined by the lovely Sharon.
All right.
I want to remind everybody on how you can get a hold of me if you want to come out there in online land. And that is at the website, for starters, for the QIB network at QIBradionetwork.com. If during the live show you want to chat with me and any of my guests who may be at the desk, then sign up for a free account at Spreaker. And then you can log on to that free account during the live show, and the chat room will be open. Visit the Spreaker broadcast page by getting the link, which is available on the website and the Facebook page. Facebook is available. Just go to the page at JM Talk over there at Facebook. And, hey, post a message for me. Let me know you were here. What did you think? Etc. Want to wish the Philadelphia Eagles, who are playing the New England Patriots. If you have been under a rock and don't know that, I want to wish them much love and much success tomorrow as they close out their incredible season. And we are looking forward and feeling good about the fact that they will be bringing the championship home to Philadelphia. So much love and good karma and good thoughts and prayers and luck to them as Nick Foles takes on Tom Brady out there in very, very cold Minneapolis. So you're probably watching the Super Bowl, so you can visit the page afterwards or the next day or whenever and grab the episode in on-demand style. And then you can download it. You can play it right off the website at Spreaker.com. That's our broadcast partner. And then you can copy it to a CD, flash drive, take it to work, put it in the car, whatever you want to do. And remember to send your feedback along to the Facebook page. So until next week, and we will be live when I come back next week. It will be a live broadcast, and we'll have some more interesting things to talk about. And we'll probably have to talk about more kids doing more stupid, dumb things. But that's okay, because that'll give us something to talk about. In the meantime, I'm Joe Michalec for the QIB Radio Network, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week, folks. Willie.